Alright, we have a John Deere 6.8 diesel, and what can cause a long crank then start. And if machine was parked for a while, I mean like for an hour or couple hours or longer, if you park the machine and then you need to start, it will crank extensively and then it will fire it up. But if you run a machine and then you turn it off, shut it off, then in a minute or 5 minutes, less than an hour, it will crank and will start right up. And it doesn't really matter if it's cold, winter freezing, or even if it's like right now plus 25 degrees Celsius, it's hot and it's getting even hotter, it will still do the same thing, crank, a long crank before it will start. If you're first time to the channel, please subscribe, very appreciated that. Okay, I'm going to show you straight what I found. And yeah, as an example, this is a new filters. This is a primary and secondary, and we have one over here, another over there, as you could see. And the filter has a drain plug, and it's a plastic drain plug, and there's a rubber o-ring, and if you need to drain the fuel from the secondary, you open it, you drain it, and this is your water separator. You drain the same way. I recommend you drain it regularly. And when machine sits, it drains out. And how I found, I prime the fuel, I get rid of the old air and filled up a filter, crank it, and it fired it up. And I started looking down below where the filter plug, it's on the bottom. There's a filter over here, but it's a little bit hard to get there with the camera, but I will try. Okay, here we go. This is a plug, and I noticed fuel was dripping from here, and when machine was running, and it was dripping slowly. And when you park the machine and you shut it off, it will keep dripping, and as soon as it empties this spin filter cup, it won't have fuel, and then you have to crank longer till fuel primer pump will fill up a filter, and then fuel will go to the injection pump, which is over here on the back. All right, and the rotary, and then we'll fire it up. Yeah, that's simple as that. Also, yeah, this is a good time to replace those filters. And yeah, always look for something logical, what makes sense, easiest things. And yeah, I found that drain plug was stripped, or yeah, something didn't seal properly. Sometimes people tie them up, and the plastic over tight strip the threads, and then o-ring doesn't seal, and it will leak. I just removed my fuel filter, which we were talking about, and it's completely empty. Look, it's nothing, dry. And then when you need to start your engine, you crank, you prime, will help to start. Manually pump at the first filter, primary, and then prime this, and then finally you'll get rid of the air, or you crank for a long time and it'll start. And yeah, this is probably your problem. And yeah, this drain plug didn't seal properly. Yep, that's what I found. And yeah, simple as that, but caused a big problems with this small leak of the filter.